Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, good tea time. It doesn't matter, it's morning for me. I've come out super early, it's just turned 7 o'clock. I don't know if it's going to be a beautiful morning, probably not, it's expected to rain. But anyway, that aside, here I am in Blackburn, the home of Susan Boyle. Now I've got a story about that, but I'll come to that as we go through the episode. It's my first one since episode 200, making this episode 201. And I decided I'd come over the bridge to Blackburn and check out this side of the water again. I'm excited because I've never been here, I don't even know where I am, it's dark, I'm probably lost. But anyway, let's get into it. Blackburn, show me what you got. Peace.
I'll turn on the camera, test my microphone, I'm firing up the podcast, sound waves coming to your home. Gingerman with a can is here to make your day. Gingerman with a can, I'd like to hear you say today.
Okay, so it's still pretty dark. What do we see? A church. It's the Gospel Church. It's the Blackburn Gospel Hall. There we go. Right, as I alluded to in the beginning, I have no knowledge of Blackburn other than Subo coming from here, which is quite a big deal because Subo is world famous. People know Susan Boyle all around the globe because she dreamed a dream and it became true. Right, I found a shop, and if I've learned anything on my travels, it's if you see a shop, use it. Right, I've got some water. It's actually freezing cold, really cold on my hand. It's too dark right now, so I'm busy talking about how cold this water is on my hand. So we've got a big business here, Matt Purdy and Sons. Cartons and packaging materials, self-storage. They've got a fleet of vans. One of Blackburn's finest. I really like the clock on the building, I'm not going to lie. I was won over by the clock. There we go, Church of Scotland. This is a cool church. I want to see this in the light time. It's like really different and unique. This is quite a busy road for this time in the morning, which sort of highlights the position of where Blackburn is. We're right next to Bathgate. So there's a lot of shared similarities between the two towns, and one will be that they're commuter towns, and this road, I'm believing, will run you right through to Edinburgh, or in that direction. And then in the other direction you've got Glasgow. Tell you what, right, I know it's dark and I don't know how much you can see, but some buildings give you the willies. This building's giving me the willies. It's just really dark and moody, and I don't know. It just looks a bit scary. There we go, it's starting to lighten up over here. The good thing is, it's not raining, it's not windy, and it's not overly cold. We're not getting much detail in the start of this episode. We're in the old-fashioned black and white style. It's alright, colour will come, it's like the Wizard of Oz. Is this the sign? Is this the Welcome to Blackburn sign? It is. Look, we've got our first sign that it's a mining town. There's a miner. Welcome to Blackburn. This is a good time to ask a question. What is Blackburn? Well, I'm not going to go through the effort doing my chat GPT, but I did get chat GPT working for the Patreon video on Cole's Knotting. which I'm now going to add as part of my patron footage. So I guess I better just say thanks to all my patrons. These are legends, and my level 3 patrons' names are coming here. Thanks guys. So if you want the ChatGPT conversation, it'll be with the patron footage, but we're just going to settle for Wikipedia right now. In some sense, in history, Wikipedia will be ChatGPT's like early ancestor. Blackburn means the black stream, from the Old English black and burner, stream. The name was recorded as Blackburn in 1152 as a small industrial centre. Blackburn originally developed as a cotton manufacturing town in the mid-19th century. It became a centre for coal mining. But I find there's something really satisfying being out in the morning early when it was still dark and watching it turn to light. It's just magnificent. It's just glorious. And even when I was tired this morning, I've not been out filming like this in a couple of weeks, so it was hard to get back started. But see, once you're out here and you're walking, nature does its magic, and just keep walking and you keep enjoying it, and you feel better for it, always, always, always. I really want to go wandering up this way, but I do remember that there's a path down here, so I'm going to wait for the path. So I want to follow this tree line round and see what there is to see. But I mean, similar to Bathgate, very similar to Bathgate, in which you've got this sort of long road through a mining town, surrounded by sort of farms and fields and trees. I guess that's Scotland all over. It's the Willys building. It's not for me. We keep walking on. We've got light now. It's just like a back road, unsuitable for heavy vehicles. Westerbridge. Let's just have a wee walk down here. Maybe this is where we'll get the access to the woods. So this is Red House Court. Now the aptly named Willie building is a red house, so I wonder if that's called Red House. Because sometimes it's easy just to name things the obvious, isn't it? Like lamp post. This is Blackburn Hall Gardens, and this is real nice round here, nice and new looking. Lots of space, plenty of trees, nice gardens. Happy Valley Road, now that's a name. Happy Valley. This is Happy Valley. It's a wee bridge. Looks real nice. I could walk on the road, but it looks like I'm not gonna, because there's loads of cars coming down and I'm not one for walking on roads. Its small population expanded rapidly from 4,302 in 1961 to double that to 9,000 by 1965, so a short space of time, but again a lot of that will be to do with the mining industry. The closure of the British Leyland plant in 1986 brought decline to the area, along with the destruction of many homes built during the 1960s. Now I watched a thing about British houses, and because they're going through quite an interesting period, because I mean generally British houses have been something that people invest in, and back in the 60s it was a kind of a different situation. Houses were more of a commodity, and in round about the late 60s it was like the peak output of house building by Britain, I guess, to today where we don't have enough houses. So we're at an interesting turning point in British history, society, Scottish history, society, all of it. And as you walk around places, you know, you see lots of spaces where there could be great houses or whatever, and it always gets me thinking. But anyway, that's just a wee side note. Back to Blackburn. The railway station at Bathgate attracts commuters to live in Blackburn. So again, Blackburn benefiting from its position next to Bathgate, which is a great commuter town to the west and to the east. It's got both, which is why these areas have become more heavily and densely populated, and I assume and imagine only becoming more so as the years move on. There's a nice wee green space with a bench. There's a lot of lovely, nice houses along here. Just thinking back there, when I was talking about the population, it was 9,000 in the 1960s, but today it's at 5,000. So there you go, so it's gone like this, population up, population down. Interesting, isn't it? But as I sort of alluded to, the position and location's ideal for the cities. And I'm assuming these areas are expanding and growing again. There's that church that I said is really unique. See what I mean? Now you can see it. Isn't that abandoned house? It's like an abandoned fancy house. What happened here? Someone's got to tell me the story of this house. It looks like, I don't know. This would be spooky at night if you went creeping around here. I don't know what's happened or what it is. Like, windows are open, folk are breaking in, or have broken in. It's boarded up too. Oh, very interesting. It's like a massive garden. The front's all blocked off saying keep out. This fence has all been ripped out, but they've got a massive garden. I'm sure it won't be like this forever. As I've learnt along my way, when you find these derelict buildings, these are getting burnt down, or someone buys it and builds something beautiful on top of it. I found the social activity green space. This is where I'd be walking Angus. Angus likes to see other dog walkers and people, so he likes built up areas as opposed to the quietness of a woodland. You know me, I like the woods, but I guess you gotta get a bit of both, and this area gives you a nice bit of both. Look, someone's even written on the skate park, pick up your shite. So even the young skaters know about picking up shit from the park to keep it good. It's a pretty good skate park, it's good size. It's one of the bigger ones I've seen. There we go. The whole place is just opened right up. Well, we've got Blackburn United Community SC, New Murrayfield Park. Is that where the football team play? Oh, so we've got a play park in the middle. What I've noticed as I walk around here is the influence from the west and the east combined is what creates this sort of unique sense of place and space right now. Me being a complete East Coaster right on the East Coast, it is different to the west. You know, things are different. The weather's different, everything's different. I mean, we're the same, but we're different, you get the point. Anyway, so as I'm walking through Blackburn, I'm feeling like I'm getting a bit of both, which is why I just can't quite place myself right now. I found Blackburn's football pitch, and look who they're playing next, which is today. They're playing today. Or is it today? Tomorrow? What's today's date? I don't even know today's date. It's the 4th. They're playing today. They're playing Hill of Beef. Now, funny story, because in one of my early episodes I got a tour of the Hill of Beef pitch and stuff. They were outside and they were so friendly. I don't know who I want to win this today, because today, I mean, I'm a Blackburn loyal, but usually, you know, I like Hill of Beef. I hope it's a draw. I'll put the score up if by the time this results come in and I've edited it. I'll put the score up here. That's the real score. And if you're wondering what this purple is on my nails, that's from the Panto last week. Nail polish is hard to get off when you don't have nail polish remover. My mum said she had some, but turns out she didn't. Yeah, this is a really tasty setup. New Murrayfield Park, 1978. It looks really professional. Let's get a wee peek through and see what the pitch is like. Have they got Astro? Looks like an Astro pitch. I like Astro. It's flat and you can play better football on it. A lot of folks say you get injured easier on it, but trust me, you get injured worse off lumpy, muddy, minging grass pitches because the ground's never stable and flat. That's where I parked over there. That's where I parked. So at least I know where I am. And because sometimes you just head in any direction and I'm like, oh, I don't know where I am. And I have to get my maps out on my phone, and I try and avoid using my phone as much as I can. I like to try and find stuff like signs or whatever it is, whatever I can find. I like to find it and explore the history that way. Again, I've not found any signs or too much telling me about the mining history. There we are. So there's Blackburn Community Centre. It looks fancy and new. I'll go up this way. I think that was back to the main high street I walked along at the start. So we'll go up this way, see what more's to be seen. In the town of Blackburn, I was about to call it a village, but it's not a village. The only other place where I've seen an active working phone box was Alloa. Yep. This one's got a dial tone and everything. So there you go. We've got active working phone boxes in Alloa and Blackburn. Oh, it's open. It's not the most inviting. The windows have been egged a bit. This is kind of weird. It's got like a post-apocalyptic feel, and there's like the doors open. There's rubbish lying around. So, you get into Scotland and there's a butcher's. See all the rubbish lying around, it's got that weird feel. The door's just open, it's all egged. There is active shops in here. The butcher's is open, Scotland's open, and there's a cash machine. I guess Livingston's not far away from here and it's got a massive shopping centre. So, like, if we were standing in the middle of Livingston, it would be a hive of activity. But in Blackburn, it's just like a zombie apocalypse. I don't know what this is. It's got like a wee gate. Is this like a wee bit that someone would stand in and give you advice? And go inside it. Now, if anyone was to come in here, there's a man in an abandoned zombie shopping centre in the middle of a... I don't know what it is. Filming himself. Oh, Ladbrokes is opening. Right, I'm back out the front. That was an experience. I think we're getting into the heart of this place. This is the Happy Valley Hotel. Something tells me that Blackburn is the Happy Valley. Is Blackburn the Happy Valley? I feel pretty happy today, so you know, I can ride with it. Boulder Path Garden. There we go. Community action. This is what happens when the community have some action. You get wee gardens, wee benches, and just a nice place to stop and chill. amidst the concrete. We need nature and places to connect. What is that? It's like a pathway to a woodland walk over there. Let's cross the road and find out. Looks like a wee path. It bloody well is too. Yes. Because I need the woodlands in my life. The ball is in the middle of a mud pile and it looks flat. I want to kick it. I want to kick the ball. If I had my boots on, I'd be in there. This tyre looks good to stand on. Oh god, it's gonna be a disaster. Did you buy white shoes? No, good. Oh, there's a hacky sack ball. There's a lot of balls around here. Anyway, someone's made a wee path of planks, which is nice. Nice of them. Things you can see on this woodland walk are trolley inside burnt out couch. That's a favourite of mine. Hoping there's a tree swing amidst all this creativity in here. I think it's just like a mini wee woodland space. Similar to the one I found in Rosyth that was, I mean, a lot smaller than this, but it was covered in trash and litter and rubbish and all the words you can use to describe things you don't want places. Mattress. What an effort it was to get this mattress here, you know? That could have been a good mattress. I wonder if Susan Boyle spent her youth skipping through this woodland walk. Oh, this is really badly littered at this bit. Oh no. It just makes you feel so uncomfortable to see. Oh well, it's got good carpet here. There's a bit of flooring to walk on. We've got this thing. I don't know what it is. We've got this. Another mattress. I don't know where I'm walking to here. Does this just walk into someone's back door? I almost fell over. I wish I wouldn't stumble across these mad dumping zones. I don't think we need to dump. People don't need to dump. Right, I'm out of the dumping woods, back on this road. We'll go this way. We'll see what's down this way. And if there's nothing to see, we'll head back to that main high street and explore deeper. Oh, and I'll tell you my Subo story as well. There we go, that's the way home along there. Or if you want to go to Glasgow, that way. So I guess this road just takes us out of Blackburn. Right, let's go this way back. Well, I don't know where I am, I'm just walking through the streets now of Blackburn. As I walk around here, I went on Wikipedia and had a wee look. There's a bunch of notable people, not just Susan Boyle, but notable footballers like John Brown, who played for Rangers. I think that's his name. I can't remember, it'll come off the top of my head. But yeah, there's a few of them. A few players coming from this area. But you're right in the heart of Scotland, right in the heart of the central belt anyway, between Edinburgh and Glasgow, so it creates that pressure cooker for talent to exist and grow, playing in the streets. Right, I'm in an urban jungle, I don't know how to get out of here. I'm just walking around. I found myself back at the Happy Valley. I know where I am now. There's the zombie shopping centre over there. Right, I found myself back where I started. Remember the Gospel Church? Well, it's actually from 1876. I never noticed this earlier. Well, it's got a plaque on it. I don't know how much of this building has changed since then. Maybe the original building has definitely changed. This wee front bit maybe was... Excuse me. It's potentially old, but 1876 is old. 112 years older than Gingerman. And then there it's next to Lord... I can't ever say it. Lodge Lord Bruce Social Club. That is a tongue twister. Lodge Lord Bruce Social Club. If you thought the other building was old, this has got the plaque 1601. So this has been here since 1601, or in some form here. As I say, it's the new roofs and such things. Interesting. We're seeing a little bit more of Blackburn's older history, or what's left of it. Because I feel like as I've walked around, I'm sensing the mining industry's had the biggest impact on this area. But yeah, I've not seen any sort of mining heritage signs or anything, just a little miner on the welcome to Blackburn sign. Okay. So we've got a road heading up that way to the Five Sisters Zoo. I've never heard of it. I wonder if it was started by five sisters. I've got four sisters. Look at all those fields. There's so much potential for a walk. And if there is a little walk up there, I'm going to take it, fly the drone, and then be on my merry way. They're teasing us. There wee gaps in between the houses. It would appear that I have to go this way. I can't just go right along the road. I have to go this way round. Oh yeah, that's the bridge there. There's a wee body of water flowing through. Did not notice that. I didn't notice that, but now I notice it. There's got to be a river walk somewhere, isn't there? I can see the sign that is usually a sort of woodland walk sign. It's a small green one. Oh aye, there's another wee bridge and some nature. This is what I needed. I think I see a path. There we go. This heritage walkway is on the site of the old Blackburn cotton mill, which dates back to 1793 and was a major employer in the area for over 80 years. In 1877, a large fire led to the mill being closed. However, the bridge in the picture still exists and is still used by traffic. One of the two routes seen below to take the heritage of the old cotton mill. Ah, and it's just a tiny wee 0.25 mile walk. It's not too bad. And then there's walk 2, which is even smaller. That's fine. You know what that is? The first sign of the end of winter. And again, all of these old cotton mills and stuff all would come alongside the flowing water, the river, because the river would power whatever machinery they had in the cotton mill. I don't know the technical terms, I just know the water helped spin things. It's pointing me back in towards the houses. Is this the right way? I'm going back the way I came and I'm going to take the other trail. That seemed like it knew where it was going. This one, I'm not too sure where it's going. Right, we're back here. So we're going on the red loop. The yellow loop confused me. Right, okay, whilst I'm here, I'll tell you the Susan Boyle story. So back in 2009, I got tickets to go see the Britain's Got Talent editions in Glasgow. And that just so happened to be the year that Susan Boyle auditioned. So on that YouTube clip that Susan Boyle singing in front of the judges, I was in the audience that very night in 2009. There you go. I seen Susan Boyle firsthand at her original edition. It was pretty crazy because that's the same year I went over to do Camp America in America, and people in America had heard of Susan Boyle, and I was like, hey, I seen her. This is a bit better than the yellow route. I feel like the yellow route doesn't really have much going for it. This is much nicer. You get to go along by the water. Look at this old rusty bridge. And for me, Blackburn is a place that, because of its location, it's always changing. The community will be always changing. People coming and going because it's a commuter town. But there are signs of a strong community here. You can see it as you walk around. Just little bits of magic everywhere. I guess this is it. There's the old bridge. Rusty, I wouldn't fancy walking over that. A foot might go through it. What is that building over there? We'll continue on the red trail. I think this is going to take me back to the bit that I was at, that was the yellow trail, red trail, into the streets, don't know where I am section. And it doesn't look like there's many places I'm going to be able to get the drone up here, because it really is just very built-in houses and stuff. There's nowhere I've really been able to explore outside of Blackburn that I've come across so far to get the old drone up. But don't you worry about that, because after this episode I'm heading up to River Tummel. Me, my mum, Angus and Davey are away on our travels again. They're joining me as I'm going to explore that part of Scotland, round the Tummel. There's loads of walks. I'm going to be flying my drone, and over the course of that week, or the week following, which is after this episode, next week, by next Wednesday, I'll have a 3-part episode of that time coming out. So that's going to be real fun. A good way to start into the 200 episodes. We're going up to Tummel. We're going right into the heart of Scotland, I guess, because that's where that is. It's right in the central part. I don't think you can get much more central than there. And we'll do the usual, exploring the history and whatnot. But aye, I think I'm going to wrap this up here, Blackburn. I've had a great day. I've learned lots of new things about an area that I'd never been before. I wish there was more signs up that were really, you know, taking me on a journey through Blackburn. But for me, Blackburn is a place in transition. It's a place that is growing and just finding its place in this modern world, I feel. And it's getting there, and it's got so much potential. And it's, yeah, I've enjoyed my morning here. Thanks for having me, Blackburn. I'll be back. Peace.
Today